So today is kind of a chopped up video since we didn't get one put out yesterday. I had Kevin working the log deck, so I didn't have a cameraman, but we'll combine some of yesterday's video, today's video, because we cut in the rain this morning, so not a lot of good videoing. Then Project X, which you'll see parts of Project X towards the end of this video. So we're back at it tomorrow. We've got a reseeded job tomorrow, so that'll be tomorrow's video. Getting that done. That way we can put the wraps on that. We would have reseeded 2 months ago, but we've kind of been in a drought here, and we would have just spread seed out on the ground for birds, and nothing would have come up. So we've had some rain the last week, so we think now the seed will come up. So we're going to reseed tomorrow. Be done with that. Then Monday we'll be back in the timber cutting per usual. So enjoy today's video, and we'll see you tomorrow. Now we cut a hole in the fence here, which landowner said don't worry too much about the fence. We still don't want to tear it up. It's just an old cross fence. It's not a bad fence by any means, but we were fortunate enough. He said go ahead and cut holes in it as needed to help us out, because it'll definitely save us on our drag times and our distance. It's an old road right here. Top I fell out in it from the other day, which Kenny can push that out with a skidder. Let's see if we can maneuver up through here. Rough walking. Now we don't want to damage this fence, even though I said we cut a hole in it and the landowner's fine with us falling tops on it, but still we try to be pretty conscious about things like that. So this red oak here is kind of wanting to go back towards the fence. What I've done, just put my notch over here. There's a little bit of hinge wood holding it. It's leaning back against the spur. I left that spur intentionally to kind of help hold the tree up. Kenny's going to take the 648. Oops. Gonna push it over. Just like that. Keeps it off the fence, keeps the top back here in the timber. Nice, neat, and clean. Taking 3 out there on top of the hill here. It's pretty steep right here. I've cut a few. We'll just get them from the bottom, because when they broke off the hinge there, they took a little trip down the hill, and it'll be just as easy to get them from the bottom down here as it will the top. We've still got a pretty good little concentration of them right here. It's been pretty good cutting today. This Hexa chain, I was hoping to get some video with it today, but my video man Kevin, I've got him working the log deck with Dad. But I'm super impressed with this Hexa chain. It seems like it cuts with the grain a lot better than just RS-36. Like when I make my face cut there for my hinge, my notch. But, it's fast. It seems like it's staying sharp a lot longer. It's just cutting better. Seems like it might cut a little faster. It's too soon to tell. This is my second day of using it. I was going to make a video of it yesterday, but didn't. But and we'll make a full video eventually. But I'm pretty impressed with it so far. Sharpening, it's a breeze. I sharpened Kevin's chain last night because he bucks on that 500i. And yeah, David Malloy commented about me using the 500 yesterday. I did. My saw that I usually cut with, the chain tensioner went out of it, and so I just I grabbed the 500i. It had a new hexa on it, and I used it, and I still hate it. There's no denying it. I'm not a 500i fan. Not impressed at all. They don't have the torque. I just don't like the way they cut. They will not cut with these 661s, but they start easy, so that's a plus. So Kenny took those down. I'm going to get this one worked up. Of course, I've got this guy right here. I'm going to cut this one. There's several down here on the side of the bluff to cut. Then I think there's several back up here on the flat. I was cutting on the flat earlier, and then we kind of jumped down to the hill here because I'm glutton for punishment. It's definitely a way to make a fat kid work. actually planned on going to the timber this morning, and still might, but I've got to run over here to Brandon's shop real quick. Some issues have arisen on a current welding project he's doing for us, which I'm sure most of you can guess. After the video we posted today when me and Brandon went to Springfield to get some steel, and you've seen the kind of steel it was, and you see the hat I'm wearing, or the hats I've been wearing, you probably know what's going on. It's not really a big secret, but a select number of people actually know what is going on, but I'm sure you can probably guess. Anyway, the dimensions over here, I don't think things are adding up like they originally should, so we might have to change a few things, and that's why we're headed over here now. Naturally, I'm riding in style in one of my Toyotas. I'm up to 4 now. It's getting to be an addiction. I think a drug addiction would be cheaper than a Toyota addiction with 4Runners and Tacomas. But man, I love these little trucks. These are my favorite trucks ever made. Honestly, they are. I love the Tacomas. Gen 1 Tacomas, awesome, awesome trucks.
13, so I'm gonna add 13 foot. Yeah. I'm just gonna end up getting some more.
That's probably what we're gonna have to do, just get another stick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stick.
Instead of splicing.
And this is the main frame for the bed. So you're gonna have to splice these pieces here somewhere though, aren't you, that you're cutting off?
Huh?
You're gonna have to weld these back on somewhere, aren't you, that you're cutting off?
Well, no, these will be drops if we don't. If we don't splice them.
Oh, so this is why I'm not an engineer or a builder. Lube. Yeah, I'm surprised it's only 10,000 pounds as big as it was. You'd think the lift would have been bigger capacity. When you have no overhead hoist, you gotta make do with what you got. The Mini X. Told Brandon just now, if we take on many more of these projects, we're gonna have to expand the shop more up than out. Got the light flashing. Safety's no accident. I could help, but I've learned long ago it's best for me just to stay out of the way most times. So that's one main rail right there. These come in 40-foot pieces, so that's part of the main frame. So I don't think we got all the metal we needed the other day when we picked this up after doing some figuring. We need another, well, we'll have to buy a 20-foot stick even though we don't need 20 feet. 20 feet's the minimum we can get on this. And I can't remember what it was for exactly. We were just talking about that. That was actually the reason I came over here this morning. I'd like to have a Mini X. I don't really have a need for one, but it sure looks fun to have one. I'm sure we could use it once or twice a year on a log job, but just, again, I have no need in the logging industry for a Mini X. Not enough to buy one and have one in the equipment lineup. Now that boom's pretty handy that you can swing out to the side just for doing things like this here. Kind of walk this long piece of steel in here. Again, that's a 40-foot piece. lot of cutting. About half the time, half the money. That sounds about right. Materials went down.
Yeah.
This shouldn't cost that much at all.
This is the fast part though. The headache rack and stuff is
And you're going to start that tomorrow?
yeah, we'll put these on the frame. Probably start that.
Are you getting optimal penetration?
Yeah. Maybe not optimal, but ample.
Are you going to fill that crack?
Yeah.
That should hold. What kind of warranty's this got on it?
Taillight warranty.
It's not bumper to bumper unlimited.
When you pull away and I can't see your taillights anymore.
The warranty's expired. Now these are built the same as the other ones, aren't they? This part here.
Mm-hmm.
It looks different. I guess it's just because there's no notch, right?
Correct.
Should we be wearing hard hats?
Should be.
This a hard hat area? Project X.